What up, what's the B word, man? I'm Anthony Addison with another segment of What's the B word. Like and subscribe to the page. Hit me up on Instagram, What's the B word 52, just like you see on YouTube. Hit me up on Facebook, What's the B word. And hit me up on Twitter, B word 52. And y'all already know what's going on with me. Baltimore Raven fan, Raven Nation stand up. Flock, let's get it. And if you're not a Raven fan, man, you might be a fan of anybody. You might be the fans of the Saints or the Falcons, man. Hit that subscribe button anyway, because we talk football, period, baby. But anyway, just like my last video, man, it's different setup. My parents in town, and they occupying the Ravens room right now. A couple of Steeler fans, you know, two Steeler fans sitting in a room full of greatness, man. So I'm gonna enjoy just watching them just sit in a room full of Raven stuff, man. I know it make their flesh crawl, but it is what it is. They'll have to live with it. But anyway, man, I'm here today, well, tonight, because it's late. It's late as crap. But I'm here tonight to talk about this game we just got done watching, man, between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. And if y'all haven't known, the New Orleans Saints won 26-18. Man, this game right here was it was something serious. It shouldn't have ended the way it ended. It shouldn't have, the game shouldn't have had turned out the way it turned out. But it did. Stuff happens like that, and you know, football's a crazy sport, man. And you never know what's gonna happen. That's why you tell people to never give up. Never give up. That's one thing that I'm taking up out of this game. Another thing that I'm taking out of this game is that's why you would rather score touchdowns than kick field goals. Because if the Saints scored touchdowns instead of kicking field goals in this game, they would never be in the situation they was in at the end of the game. They would have just been coasting. And they didn't coast. They beads of sweat kind of rolled through their head, down their head at the very end. And we'll get to that later. But anyway, man, I got two players of the game, one on offense, one on defense. We're going to go and start talking about New Orleans offense, man. The New Orleans Saints offense didn't really do too much today. Drew Brees went 18 for 30 for 184 yards with one touchdown. They really didn't do too much, man. But the Saints got that one spark on offense. They got that one piece, that one spark on offense, man. And we're gonna talk about Alvin Kamara first before I get to that one spark. And that one spark is my MVP, one of my MVPs of this game right here. Alvin Kamara had 11 carries for 61 yards. I mean, like I said, the Saints offense really didn't have a good game this game right here, but you know, they got the job done. They kicked a lot of field goals. I mean, the kicker had kicked 4 field goals. Went 4 for 4, I believe. But like I said, them field goals is one of the things that put them in the situation that they end up being in the fourth quarter. But anyway, MVP 1, man. Taysom Hill, man. Now, before I get into what Taysom Hill did in this game right here, man, let me break it down to you. Taysom Hill, if you're a fan of football, you just love the game of football, you just like football players or whatever, man, Taysom Hill, man, like, I just love the guy. I mean, I just love Taysom Hill, man. I love the way that man play. I love his effort. I love how down he is to make his team better and do whatever to help his team get better, man. Because in football, it's the ultimate team sport. That's the difference between football and any other sport. It's the ultimate team sport, and that man is being the ultimate teammate. That man is he was a quarterback in college. I forgot what college he came from, but he an absolute beast, man. And he said, I know I got Drew Brees in front of me. I know I got Drew Brees in front of me. But guess what? I'm going to do what I got to do to be able to just touch the field. And I'm not going to only just touch the field. I'm going to make an impact when I'm on the field. And that's what Taysom Hill does, man. He makes an impact. He makes an impact almost every game. Every game, he makes the most out of every snap he get. Special teams or what? The man be out there on kickoff team, kickoff return, punt return. I mean, then get snaps on offense. I mean, the dude he's just a good football player, man. And you just got to give him his props, man. If you like the game of football, I don't care if you're a Saints fan or not. You just got to give Taysom Hill his props, man. So, one of the plays that Taysom Hill made is he tipped. On a block punt attempt, he tipped the punt. Caused it to be a short punt. So, man, play number 1 by Taysom Hill. Play number 2 by Taysom Hill. he gets a shuffle pass and he puts it in the end zone. It counts as a receiving touchdown. To me, it'd be like a run play, but it counts as a pass because it's a shuffle pass. So, it is what it is. Play number 3, Taysom Hill takes off running and gets a 30-yard touchdown. I mean, that dude's bad, man. He's a bad man, man. He's one of my favorite players, man. Just because of him being unselfish and just down to do whatever he need to do to make this team better. And without Taysom Hill in this game, for them small amount of snaps that he be on the field, then this game could be a lot different. Because listen to what I just told you. He tipped the point, helped them get shorter field, and he scored 2 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? He a game changer, even if he not on the field all game long. The man is a game changer, and you got to give him his props for that. He just, some people just got that ability to be game changers, man. But anyway, like I was saying, outside of Taysom Hill, with them 2 touchdowns, that's the only time that the Saints got in the end zone. The Saints did not do a good job in the red zone this game right here. Atlanta played them tough. I said in my prediction that Atlanta was going to play them tough because you got to remember this is a rivalry game. They hate each other. They not far from each other. Even though the Atlanta know they not going to the playoffs, they want to make it harder for the Saints to win the division, and they didn't want the Saints to win the division in on their time. So just you got to respect Atlanta just for fighting. Even though they know their season over, they went out there and fought. Jared Cook surprisingly led the Saints with 85 yards with 3 catches. Michael Thomas didn't have that great of a game. He had 6 catches, but he only had 48 yards, man. Like I said, man, the Saints offense really didn't just look like the Saints offense. Like they wasn't just going just driving down the field and just scoring points like at a rapid rate. So. I mean, it's nothing to panic about if you're a New Orleans Saints fan because you got to remember this is against the Atlanta Falcons, and when you playing the Division 4, a Division 4 knows you better than anybody else in the NFL. So they gonna know the few things that can stop you here or there. Most of the time, a division game ain't got nothing to do with game plan because they know your game plan so well. It just depends on who want it more in division games, and that's just real. As far as Matt Ryan, man, and that's the side of the ball that really, really turned up for the Saints, the defensive side of the ball. I've been hard on Matt Ryan all year, but I slick want to apologize to Matt Ryan because even though he haven't been playing great, that offensive line that he's behind is flat out terrible. Flat out terrible. And I don't care what quarterback you is. If you ain't got a good offensive line, then you gonna have a hard time. You gonna have a hard time doing your job, man. You're just going to have a hard time. It's just facts. Matt Ryan went 35 for 50. The man threw 50 passes for 312 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, 2 INTs. Let's talk about one INT. And if y'all watch the game, y'all know what INT I'm talking about. I can't remember big man name from the Saints, but, man, he caught it. And, man, let's just say it's bad enough Matt Ryan got sacked 9 times. But then he got stiff that man stiff armed his soul out of his body. And Matt Ryan had a rough night, man. Right, he would definitely. They call him Matty Ice. He gonna be Matty Ice for real tomorrow, cause he gonna need a whole bunch of ice. Like I said, he got sacked 9 times, man. Sacked 9. He got sacked 9 times. Like your O-line have to be playing terrible to for you to get sacked 9 times, and for him to get sacked that many times, I'm impressed that he got 18 points on the board without Julio. I'm impressed that he did that. The rushing attack was non-existent. 17 carries for Freeman for 51 yards. Ryan had 21 yards rushing, where one of them plays he got blasted on and he fumbled. I think Ryan had like three turnovers, 3 or 4 turnovers. The rushing attack just was non-existent, man. You had Calvin Ridley lead the way with 8 catches, 91 yards, no touchdowns. I mean, the only touchdown was Graham, and I'm trying to find. Oh, and Gage. I think Gage scored the first touchdown, but for the most part, man, I mean, this wasn't no offensive game. If you look at those numbers, this game doesn't scream offense. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it was a defensive game, but the only difference was Drew Brees got his team in field goal range to be able to knock down field goals. And I guess, like I said, I'd rather score touchdowns, but in a defensive battle, I mean, field goals is important, man. Getting the field goals is what pretty much won them the game. And Tyson Hill, I didn't mention my number 2 MVP. My second MVP of this game right here is Cam Jordan, man. Cam Jordan had 4 sacks. He ate. I'm surprised. I would be surprised if he ain't getting a bonus off a game like that. If it's some type of incentive or something like that in his contract behind him getting 4 sacks in the game, because that man plays some ball. Even though he played against a weak old line, but you know what I'm saying. You can't help who you play. You just gotta play him. That's just facts. So shout out to Cam Jordan, man. Shout out to Taysom Hill and shout out to Cam Jordan, because both of those guys got the job done, man. And without those guys tonight, I don't think the New Orleans Saints leave the Atlanta Mercedes-Benz Dome with a victory, because they was just that big for the Saints tonight. I mean, just flat out. What else I got? One more player of the game, man. It's the field goal kicker. He knocked the field goals down, man. I mean, they called up on him and he got the job done, man. As you know, in the NFL, that's not that's not likely. That's not automatic. Just because you got your field goal kicker to go out there, he gonna knock it down. Because at Chicago, at San Francisco, as plenty of teams that had to change their kicker or stuff like that, man, it's field goal kicking automatic. And they'll tell you. Even the most automatic kicker in the NFL missed field goals from time to time, Justin Tucker. So, I'm just saying. So, shout out to him, man. He went 4 for 4 out there, and he got the job done for them guys. Let's talk about how this game ended, though, man. If y'all didn't notice, see, the New Orleans Saints was up 26-9. Atlanta scores a touchdown, and it becomes 15-26. Atlanta goes for 2. Atlanta doesn't get the 2. Atlanta goes out. They kick an onside kick. They recover the onside kick, but the onside kick got called back because they said Atlanta player was outside. So they retried the onside kick, and they went out there, and they got it. They recovered the onside kick. So then they go down there and they kick a field goal. Now the score is 18-26. And they go out there and they onside kick it again. And they recovered again. But this time the Saints stopped them on D. And there was just nothing they could do about it, man. I mean, moral of the story, never give up, man. Because they had an opportunity to win. They could have got that 2 point. They could have scored a touchdown and got a 2-point conversion and been in overtime. But, sometimes it just don't work like this. Sometimes you just can't be sleep the whole first half and then try to come back in the second half, man. You got to start strong, finish strong. But, you still got to appreciate the effort, man. Atlanta tried their hardest to come back. They fought hard. And if you're an Atlanta Falcon fan, you should be proud of that push that they did. But not proud of the season, but at least proud of that. I mean, it takes a lot for a team to be like, I know we ain't going to the playoffs, but we're going to keep fighting. And they fought. They kept fighting. But that's pretty much it. All I have to say about this game, man. Taysom Hill is a baller. Cam Jordan is a baller. The field goal kicker handled business. Neither offense really had a good game. And Matt Ryan is gonna be Matty Ice, literally. He gonna need a bag of ice. Ice up, son. But anyway, man, that's all I really got about this game right here, man. Saints handle business 26-18, man. They NFC South champions again. And people saying they might risk their starters later on. But the Saints trying to get that number 1 seed. I know better. They feel like can't nobody beat them in the dome in the playoffs, so they trying to get that number 1 seed. So good luck to the Saints for the rest of the season, because that ain't got nothing to do with us. And that's all I got to say about that game, man. Y'all hit me up for mailbag questions. Mailbag is when I answer a question about any NFL team, any NFL player, or college team or college player. Y'all be on the lookout for my preview for the 49er game against the Baltimore Ravens. I'm dropping that tomorrow also. And y'all just look out for that, man. I'm tired. I'm sleeping, man. I've been running around. My wife probably gonna wake me up in about 3 hours talking about let's go Black Friday shopping. So husbands, boyfriends, and all this stuff. Y'all know this the time of the year we hate, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta do our husband duties and sit in the food court. But anyway, man, I'm finna go and get this little 2 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep, man. I'm Anthony Addison. This was the B word, man. And y'all just holler at me, man. And I'm out.